with 2026. And you mentioned earlier in the show about Savon Hiter. And I believe someone said the pronunciation's different. So let me know, because obviously it's Hiter. So we got Savon Hiter, Luke Wafle, and Trey Taylor.
I'm sorry, it's Hiter. My bad. It's Savon Hiter. Yes. So my bad. That's what it is. All right. So yeah. So Savon Hiter is the correct pronunciation. So my bad if I was flipping that. Yeah. So this is RB1 for 2026. Major target. We showed his huddle tape last week. We'll definitely be covering him more as the months go on. Brady Hart was working overtime with his. Brady Hart's parents were working, building a relationship with his parents. Look, I mean, we had a couple running backs on campus. Javion Osborne was another one, and there was another running back that's slipping my mind at the top of my head right now. But at the end of the day, this is RB1 for Michigan, and they did a great job. And you know, it's what you can ask for at this point. See, barbecue weekend for 2026 is really just about building relationships, getting them familiar with the campus and the program, and letting them, understand what is the standard and the culture at Michigan. And Michigan was able to do that. And Savon Hiter was here for 3 days, so he got to experience it all. And from my understanding, they knocked out of the park with Savon Hiter. So we'll see where it goes. Great to see. Definitely a recruitment we'll be on top of. And then the next one I want to hit on is Luke Wafle, who we talked about again last week. And by all accounts, Sharon Moore knocked it out of the park. Lou Esposito knocked it out of the park. And the great news is Owen Wafle, his older brother, is essentially telling his younger brother, you're coming to Michigan. That's what it is. And on top of that, what's really good, though, this is one of those brother relationships where they really actually like each other. And Luke Wafle, I guess, apparently really looks up to Owen a lot. So that's a huge feather in the cap for Michigan. This kid is a must get. This is an extremely talented edge product. This isn't just some nepotism situation. This is a legitimate prospect who would be a major addition to 2026. And if we are able to land him, which early indications are looking positive, that it's trending that direction, great for us. And, and looking forward to seeing him don the maize and blue. And then we got to hit on our 2027 QB1 target, because we already have our 2026 QB1 target. Trey Taylor, who has already been on campus 15 times, and he's a 2027, the product out of Illinois. So this is what I had my guy. I was talking to my guy, and he told me if this class was not 2 years away, he feels like Trey Taylor would be a Michigan Wolverine. But because it's 2 years away, he's obviously going to go through the process a little bit. It is early to commit already, things like that. But the relationship is just so good, and they're just so comfortable. Things are just trending really well there. So like I'm not locking in, I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I do want to let you guys all know, be on the lookout for Trey Taylor, get familiar with his name, because this kid is, we could check him out. You got to remember, this kid is a freshman, and look at his arm. Okay, this kid is top of the line. Yeah, it's elite. This kid is looking to be our next quarterback at the University of Michigan. He's way ahead of his growth curve. He has what you're looking for in terms of arm power and accuracy and everything. He has a beautiful spiral. He's an elite passer at the end of the day. Yeah, I mean, and it's just so funny looking how small he is too, and his ability to throw off balance too. I mean, This kid's a big time player, dude. I'm just telling you right now, like, if we can land Trey Taylor, and I got some flack because we had our segment on the quarterback rooms between Michigan and Ohio State, and I made a comment about how I believe potentially Michigan could have a better quarterback room in a few years when they get you have Jaden Davis, you have Carter Smith, Brady Hart, and then this is Trey Taylor. And I'm sure a lot of Ohio State fans are not familiar with Trey Taylor. They're probably not familiar with Brady Hart either. And they probably don't know too much about Carter Smith because he isn't quite a Michigan Wolverine yet. But I'm just trying to let you guys know this is elite talent. I know you guys also get elite talent, but I've watched the film on our guys, and I'm telling you right now, these are serious players. And I still stand by what I said. I even, I call some flack on social media for it. All good, all love. But at the end of the day, I think Michigan's building a hell of a quarterback room. And if we could add this kid to the room, again, the outlook for the Michigan quarterback position is looking mighty healthy. I mean, look at him. I mean, just good decision making. I mean, he's just
it takes care of the football.
Yeah, he's really an elite player, man. I mean, I'll tell you right now, we can land Trey Taylor. That's gonna be a hell of a recruiting breakdown by me. I'm gonna be through the roof.
Well, I mean, it speaks also to that pipeline that we were talking about earlier, that we're building a pipeline. And did we really have that many even in the quarterback position? How many did we have before JJ? In Harbaugh's time, it was hit or miss. Yeah.
Yeah, no, quarterback recruiting was not. I mean, look, dude, it wasn't. I mean, yeah, we did get like Brandon Peters, who was a top 5 at his position, and obviously Dylan McCaffrey and Joe Milton was a lower level. He was a 4-star, but it was a lower level 4-star, and Dylan McCaffrey, so he did land some top 10 players, but like this is a different level. Brady Hart, Trey Taylor, these are your JJ level or better potentially. Mm-hmm. And I know that's saying a lot because JJ was everything at Michigan, but I'm talking just as the athlete. JJ was more than just the quarterback. He was mentally, JJ was ahead of the game, which is why he was such a winner. But yeah, no, Trey Taylor and Brady Hart are the real deal. And if we can land that, we're talking some elite shit here.
Yeah, I think that it is. Let's see. So this is Juju has a good point here. That it's going to be hard, like keeping the quarterback room of that level of talent. When once you do have a Brady Hart, who, by the way, I'm not too worried about Brady Hart transferring out, given his all-in mentality, just like JJ had when he was recruited in and started recruiting for Michigan right away. But it is a legit point to say that when the talent level goes up a lot in the quarterback room, that they need to have that mentality of iron sharpens iron and let's compete. Because that's just the Michigan way.
Yeah, and the good news for us is the best will stay, or you hope at least. You hope we don't have a Joe Burrow situation, right? Ohio State, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, so like I'll say this. In my opinion, I think we're in a good position, and I hear what you're saying, Juju. But if we break it down, I think Jaden Davis is QB1 of the future. I think Carter Smith is more of a developmental. Not that he can't be a very good quarterback, but unless he polishes his ability to throw the ball and his mechanics, I'm not so sure he could be QB1 in Michigan. That's really going to be a limiting factor. We'll see, though. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong on that. And I also, listen, he may very well improve his mechanics this offseason. I haven't seen any recent tape on him yet. I do know it has been improving from the spring stuff I saw. But Brady Hart, let's just be real, is going to be QB1 in Michigan at some point. So then the real debate comes down to Trey Taylor and Brady Hart. But I'll tell you what, that's a hell of a problem down the road that we can all debate later. But at the end of the day, let's get them in the room and find out who's the man, who's top dog, who wants to lead the team to the next national title. Because you have your signal call. And look at it this way, though, Juju. You get Trey Taylor committed. Talk about recruiting picking up when you got Brady Hart. You got classes of Carter Smith, Brady Hart, and Trey Taylor, receivers, running backs. They're going to want to play for these quarterbacks.